What is going on, guys? My name is Barnard, and today I'm here with bettingnj.com. I'm here to give you a breakdown on Caesars Sportsbook and Casino. I'm going to hear you take you through the sign up process, how to deposit money, and just give you everything you could possibly want to know, the pros and cons of the overall usage of Caesars Sportsbook and Casino, and just take you through the process start to finish here. So before I dive fully into it, I would like to recommend that you guys check out bettingnj.com on our website, that there is a place to check out a lot of the content that I will be discussing today in written form. So if you have any specific questions, you can click the link right in the description of this video, and it will take you to this article to make sure you can get a lot of what I'm talking about in a more in-depth breakdown, as well as make sure that you are capitalizing on the best possible promotions and make the sign-up process as seamless as possible. So let's begin things today by shifting over and taking a look at the Caesars Sportsbook. Caesars is one of the biggest players in the sports betting industry, and they have been legal in New Jersey since 2018. New Jersey has been one of the more progressive states when it comes to the legalization of sports gambling and the widespread movement when it comes to that. And obviously, Caesars has had a foothold on this from the beginning. So as you can see, this is the first thing you will see with the interface here. The first thing you're going to want to do when you get to this page here is go to the sign up button. So that is where you go to create an account and make sure that things are on its way. You begin by typing in your email address. You also have to create a username, a login, verify your identity, verify that you're within the state's legal boundaries, and just go through the sign up process. Overall, it is not too extensive, takes less than 10 minutes, I would say, to create your account, but you do have to go through all the specific steps that they do place for you. And I'd like to note where it says promo code optional there, that is one of the ways that you're going to want to take advantage of the promotions ahead of time. The most lucrative offer for most sportsbook, and Caesar Sportsbook included, is the welcome bonus. So you do want to capitalize on that as you're creating an account with the first thing. And this is not in the only time that you're going to want to do that. These bonuses are something that you should keep in mind throughout. But that the most lucrative is often the welcome bonus. So that is something that you're going to want to be prepped for the beginning. Now we're going to hop over to the app itself. So here's a look at it once you are logged into the platform. So as you can see with the interface, it is a fairly seamless and easy to use sportsbook as a whole. There are times where I would say it gets a little bit messy when just trying to scroll through and find specific wagers, but for the most part, that anything that you are looking for, you can find and is there. There is a very extensive option for the amount of wagers or the types of wagers that you are looking for, and it is pretty clean as far as the navigation. As you can see, you can both scroll through the amount of sports or find the wager you're looking for, both at the top and on the left side. At the top, you can scroll through and you can see there's the NFL, NCAA football, MLB, soccer, tennis. And on the left side, it is the same thing here. One of the things that I think is pretty cool is the way that it separates it based on the sport. So, for example, for a sport where you might want to try different leagues or different countries for it, for example, like soccer, if you're going to scroll down to soccer and click the plus button here, it immediately jumps into the different countries as far as offers. So there's England, Spain, Italy, Germany, France, United States, UEFA, etc. So you can either search by sport. You can search by sport. It is separated in a very nice way. And another cool factor is the favorites button here. You can jump in and customize your selection. So if there's a sport or a team that you bet on the most, you can have it right there at the ready for you. Now let's jump into some specific wagers here. I'm going to begin by jumping into football. So as you can see, NFL season, we're going to go right to that and look at some of the picks for the Week 4 slate. So as you can see, the Packers versus Lions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Saints. We're going to jump down and jump at the Eagles. So the Eagles playing the Washington Commanders, 8-point favorites in the matchups, the undefeated Eagles. We're going to jump on that and click that -8. And as you can see, once you click that button, it jumps it right over to the bet slip on the right-hand side of the screen. So the first thing you want to do is place the wager that you want. So for example, if you're going to put $11 in this game, 11 for a potential payout of 21, you simply type it in right there, and then you would just click place wager here to put the bet through. So it is as simple as that. You just type the wager you want. And another factor that I did want to show is with parlays. We know parlays have grown in popularity a ton. This is the best way for a more lucrative payout, but it of course comes with more risk because it takes all legs to be hitting in order for the bet to be successful versus just one for it to miss and for everything to fall apart. But the best way to place a parlay on the Caesar Sportsbook, simple and easy. So let's keep the Eagles -8. I want a part of that. And let's say we scroll down. I think that the Cowboys are due for another upset, that the New England Patriots at 7-point underdogs and +240 on the money line. I think that's a vulnerable line. So I'm going to click both those. And as you can see, it adds it to a parlay right away. So right here, it has the spread, Philadelphia Eagles -8, and money line New England Patriots. That is a +549 value there for those 2-leg parlay. And it is the same process here that you would simply type what you want. So if I'm going to put $10 there, $10 for a potential payout of 64.91, and you would simply click the place wager button right here, or the place bet button right here. So that is how you do it with parlays. Another thing worth noting is the same game parlays. These have increasingly grown in popularity, and that involves the same exact principle, except all being in the same game. So we're going to jump over to the MLB slate here, and you can see each of them that have that SGP button right at the top of it. That means a same game parlay is available. So let's jump into the Phillies versus Pirates matchup. Aaron Nola on the ground, or on the hill today, and we're going to jump into that same game parlay. So as you can see, a lot of similar options when it comes to the basic wagers. Phillies -1.5 on the run line, -190 on the money line, the over under at 7.5 for the day. I'm going to take the Phillies on the run line at -1.5. I do like that under for runs. I think Nola's going to deal, have a good day, feel like that. If I'm going to jump in some total bases options, maybe include a player in the mix, total pitching strikeouts, let's do that. I feel good about Aaron Nola, at least 6.5 strikeouts. So I'm going with that. So the 3-leg same game parlay at +500 for the run line. The Phillies -1.5 there, under 7.5 runs, and Aaron Nola over 6.5 strikeouts. That'd be +500, and the same exact process. That you're going to put $10 there for a $60 potential payout, and then just click place bet there. So that's the exact same process for a same game parlay. As you can see, there's a number of player prop options in addition to outside of the same game parlay as well. If I want to go over to plate appearance, you can bet specifically for each player. Kyle Schwarber leading off for the Phillies. We know that the home run is always a threat for him at +1,600. So if you want to jump on that right away, you can. And beyond that, they have things like the half inning, home runs, total bases, hits, RBIs, batter runs, steals, pitching, just about anything you possibly look for. There is a wide selection of available wagers on Caesars Sportsbook and Casino, specifically with the player prop department. I think that is a massive advantage. Another thing that I wanted to point out is the live betting. That is another way that has become increasingly popular. And the reason for that is with live betting, there is some value that can creep onto the board that otherwise would not be there. And what I mean by that is, for example, if you're watching a game, you want to get some skin on the action, and all of a sudden the team that came in as a massive favorite falls behind early. You can jump on the opportunity to bet them at a much more favorable line than would have ever been the case if you were taking pregame. These are things you have to be on your toes for. The lines are constantly changing. You have to be ready to jump on it, but it can be a massive advantage when it comes to live betting. So, for example, we jumped over to the live betting screen here, and this is a couple of the options. Not a ton of sports going on right now, but just for the sake of example, let's say I'm watching this Sevilla versus Almeria game, so the Spanish La Liga Primera. And let's say I believe it's going to be a draw. Right now it's 0-0. They're only 4 minutes into this game at +275. And it's the same exact process that it pops right over to your bet slip on the right hand of the screen, and you would just type and place the wager at the exact same. So a $10 wager for a draw at +275 odds would be a $37.50 payout if that wager is to hit. So it's the same exact process for live betting, and there is some fairly extensive live betting options. For most games, there will also be options when it comes to prop bets in the same game market as well. So that is something that I think was important to note there. A couple other things that I just want to point out. Number one, the promos button, or the promos option, that while it is most important to capitalize at the beginning when you do go about your registration and taking advantage of that welcome bonus, that is not the only opportunity for getting free bonus bets or options on the table, things like that. The bonus bets on the table. So you can always scroll through here. An example of this that is available right here: 50% NFL same game parlay or profit boost. That is something you can capitalize on regularly. There's also another options. They also have the quick picks, which are their pre-made same game parlays. If one of them catch your eyes, that is something to keep an eye on. And that is the overall functionality of the Caesars Sportsbook and Casino there. So overall, I would grade Caesars as a favorable sportsbook app. I do think it's something that New Jersey users will have a successful time on. I give it a 5 out of 5 for the welcome bonus. Again, these are constantly changing, but these are things that you want to check out at bettingnj.com to make sure you are getting the latest and most effective on. The payment options, I will also give a 5 out of 5. There's loads of opportunity for a speedy turnaround time, and it has just about all the available options that you could want to get funds into your account. The Sportsbook app as a whole, 5 out of 5 once again. that it's not the most eye-catching when it comes to the design or the colors, but I do think the functionality of it is what takes the cake and leaves things out. And in addition to that, the variety and features I think are amazing. I think there's a lot of good in-depth player props. So the things that you want to bet you can find on Caesars Sportsbook and app, which is the most important thing. And lastly, the customer support I will also consider very favorable is that there are a number of ways to get in contact. 24/7 customer support when it comes to a live chat option. There's plenty of ways to get into contact and make sure that your issues will get fixed. In an ideal world, you obviously wouldn't want to count on that and think that, everything goes smoothly ahead of time. But in reality, customer support will likely be needed at one point or another. And I am confident in saying that Caesars Sportsbook is on top of it when it comes to that. So overall, I would rank it as a favorable sportsbook, something I would recommend to users. It is one of the main players in the industry for a reason. And you should make sure you're checking out bettingnj.com for all the other details on it. Thank you guys for watching this video. Best of luck with all your wagers, and I will be talking with you next time. Peace.